Great Saturday morning, June 13th, 2020. To God be the glory for yet another opportunity to experience His riches and glory. So, in Ezekiel 27, it talks about a town or an island or a location, Tyre, Tyre, and it was a very prosperous location off the Mediterranean, and it was a seafaring location because it was surrounded by water. So it had multiple ports, and they were really a mecca of trading. I mean, they were able to trade jewels and wheat and oil with surrounding other locales, and even slaves. You know, slavery just didn't happen with us. It's been around from the beginning of time as far as classifications of people and using those who are without, using them for advantage, for labor. Well, anyway, in Ezekiel 27 is talking about the judgment. It's a funeral song for Tyre, and it was talking about like how their borders are in the midst of the seas. That's in verse 4, and their vessels of brass in the market, and like I said, they were trading fine linen in verse 16 and emeralds and all that. And they said, "Oh, Tyre, you are of perfect beauty," verse 3. But like I said, it was a time of destruction. And it made me think of how we can get so caught up in riches and wealth and prosperity, and all of that can be taken away in a moment when we rely on the exterior. It says, "A multitude of thy riches and of thy merchandise, their wares went forth out of the seas," in verse 33. And it did the place enrich the kings of the earth. And then I started thinking about how I took my son and my niece to Sag Harbor once. You know, that's in the Hamptons, all the way east, in the border in New York and the Atlantic Ocean, and how that was a whaling area where, you know, they used to use the oil of whales for so many uses and made so many people rich. Look it up. Well, all of that is temporary. So what are we to do when we don't have enough resources? Well, in Psalm 73, it talks about Asaph, and he was suffering. He was like, you know, these people that are ungodly, they're prospering in the world, they increase in riches. That's in verse 12. And he just went on as far as all his problems, but then he came to the conclusion at the end. "My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." You might not have all the material wares, but He's your portion. And it says, verse 28, "It is good for me to draw near to God. I have put my trust in the Lord God, that I may declare all thy works." Don't put your trust in things that fade away, but put your trust in God, and you will be the most bountiful out here, because you're enjoying His abundance continually. Have a wonderful Saturday in the Lord, enjoying His blessings.